Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. So on today's video, what we're going to be doing is a brand new haircut, the Sliced Jawline Bob. I'm going to be cutting it very, very differently, but it's a technique that you'll have seen when people are putting in bangs, where they pinch the hair and they cut it with a razor to create that shape. Because we're pinching, we're over directing, I'm going to go through the sectioning pattern, but we're going to get straight into the haircut and show you exactly how we're going to cut the Sliced Jawline Bob. Right guys, so let's get into the sectioning. And how the sectioning is going to happen is we're going to take it, we're going to go up in inches. So an inch, an inch, an inch, an inch, an inch. So that's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And those numbers are very relevant to remember. Oh, the light's on it, you can't really see it. Let's go this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the number of sections that we're taking, and we're going to be working and clipping out the way, clipping out the way, clipping out the way, and so on. But with the numbers, that's how many inches you're going to leave onto the hair. So when it goes up, with the first one, you're going to take it to wherever you want to. Second one, 2 inches. Third one, 3 inches. Fourth one, 4 inches. Fifth one, 5 inches. 5 inches. 5 inches. How we're going to be leaving out from the hair, like so, to create a graduated shape. But it's going to be the Sliced Jawline Bob. I can't wait to show you it. It's a really cool technique. It's something really, really quickly as well. So let's get into the haircut. So to start with, we're going to start with a central parting to have even distribution of weight on both sides. You can see that there's already some short layers in here, and they're probably not going to reach where we want them to, but that's fine. We really want to be working on the length. And when it comes to these layers in here, we can work on texturizing those after if we want to. But to be honest, where we're going to be pulling back to, that's just going to add that little bit of texture that we want around the face. So if you had a client come in that had this sort of hair length and wanted something completely different, completely bang on trend, you could do the Sliced Jawline Bob, incorporating the layers that are already here into their haircut. So we can work on even distribution of the hair. We're just splitting left and right sides of the head. And basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working in inch sort of sections, taking that across there, and then there, and it'll be across there, and then there, across there, and so on, until we're left with loads. There's going to be loads of clips in here, but it's just going to break the haircut down so easy that we know where we're going to work from, pinching, razoring off, and slicing off to create that Sliced Jawline Bob. So you could even do this with ponytails as well, to be honest. All it is, ponytails, clips, what else? Sectioning. We can just section out hair. Holding, if you had a load of people around you, section off, get them to hold it, that's a section. So you can put it in a bobble or you put it in a clip. So basically, we're going to start with that, our first inch. So you can see there, just a straight line across. This is going to be our first guide. And what I mean by what we're going to do is we're going to take the hair and we're going to want to pinch it with our fingers like that. And then we're going to get a razor, and I'm just going to razor off that so it sits just so when we're over directing back, that hair will sit just below the jawline, which is why it's called the Sliced Jawline Bob. So now I've got all our sections in. I've just left that top bit because that's that short layers that aren't going to reach, but we're going to customize after. So there's our 5th section there, so just sectioned out like that. Number 4, so I've kept the original clips in, just clipping up. Here is our section number 3, clipping up. I told you we need a lot of clips. Section number 2, and here's section number 1. So now what we're going to do, we're going to get our razor, and where we're going to pinch it from. So we're going to get in there like that, and I'm just going to work that razor onto that hair till we've taken away all of it. But it's going to be taking away bulk, it's going to be taking out weight, and it's going to be putting in a really sort of textured line. See there, I'm pinching that hair right in the nape. We've got around about, what, 2 inches there. And what we expect is to be shorter in the middle and then just get gradually longer towards the edge. And now you can see all this beautiful texture that's in there, scaffolding that's in there, because we're over directing back, we're cutting from the top. And because that's elevated slightly, we're going to end up with shorter layers underneath to take away the weight from the ends add a little bit of sort of like volume and scaffolding in that hair. So just so you can see that line, it's just going to be beautifully textured, sitting probably around about here. And then when it comes to it, once we're finished, we can pull it and we'll just be customizing it that way. So section number 2. Again, I want to make sure the hair is detangled. And what I want to be doing, I just want to be seeing where that length was there. So again, we were working around about 2 inches from that hairline. So if I get that there, pop it there, I can see, I want my fingers to be around about there. And because that hair is traveling further than there, that will then be sitting longer. So let's just get in the position. We want to be in the middle. We don't want to be lopsided or actually end up with an asymmetric haircut. So again, you can see how that's now getting gradually longer. Let's get a little bit of water on there. It's drying out a little bit under all these lights. Now you can see that bob shape taking shape, but really nice and textured. So third section, get those clips out, make sure it's detangled. And now I'm going to come a little bit further. So 2 inches, we've done the first 2 sections about 2 inches away from the head. I want to be coming probably an inch further, so 3 inches as we get to the top, because we want it to sit a little bit longer as if we're creating like the graduation in the haircut. But again, making sure body position is in the middle here. And then we've got 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. So we're elevating the hair as well, because that's going to create softness. But you can see where we're going with this. So it's creating a beautiful textured jawline bob. And that sliced method, which is slicing with our razor, just slicing out the shape, we turn it sideways so you can start to see that shape appear. You can see how it's working through there. How easy. Take that down this next section. So this is section 4. And with the sections, what I'd recommend is the amount of inches you're taking off, or you're leaving on, sorry. So from there to your fingers will be the amount of inches it is each section. So first section was 2 inches because we're putting in that baseline. Second section, section number 2 is 2 inches again. Section number 3 was 3 inches. Section number 4 is going to be 4 inches. Section number 5 is going to be 5 inches. And then that's the haircut complete. We're going to have a look at how the layering from the original haircut is blending in with the haircut for if we have to do any refining. So you can see all of this hair is over directing backwards. That's going to maintain the hair longer at the front, around the jawline. The sliced jawline bob is what we're aiming for. So I want to make sure I've got the section nice and clean, because if we haven't got a clean untangled section, we're just going to end up with a bit of an irregular haircut. I want to make sure the hair is nice and evenly wet. And again, where my fingers are, we're just going to slice into here. There we go. See that through there? It's putting that shape in. We are going to want to refine that line up to there, but it's something we can do at the end. We just want to get this fundamental shape into the hair, which is a bit of a graduated bob, but textured. And then when we come to the sides, all we can do again is pinch and then work that length in. So let's go section number 5. If we're section number 5, how many inches do we want? 5 inches. Where my fingers are now, I'm going to need to get a new blade in there, in my razor. So you can see the shape perfectly on camera, like so. So now, we'll be coming in around about there. So what we're going to do, we're going to do this before we start here. We're just going to find our length, and I'm just pinching and putting in this length. Again, I'm finding my guide in the previous section. My guide is there. Okay, my guide. There we go. So that's that side length put in. We could go a little bit shorter if we want to go sort of like close to that jawline, but I quite like that. So we've got a bit of like blow dry. Hair's going to lift slightly, so I'm happy with that. And again, Just going to take this, work that there. Now we're going to pull down this top section. You can see it doesn't reach. And now we're going to put in some bangs. Now there is already a fringe, but we're going to use the same technique, which is going to come from the corner of the eyebrow, and we're just taking it on that flat point of the head at the front. So what we're left with is a triangle at the front. Now all we're going to do is pinch there. I'm going to pinch on the tip of the nose, making sure you're in the middle. It's quite hard when I'm trying to show you on camera. But this will just add a bit of shape around that face that goes from shorter into longer, working in with the shape of the bob. So let's get it blow dried and then we'll have a look at the finished result. So I'm going to work the baseline in with my scissors and then join me back for the finished result. So who'd have thought with 5 sections, a razor, we could end up with a haircut like this. Something like that, a little bit different. I'd love to know if you're going to use it in salon, if you're going to try it on yourself. I know there's a lot of you on this channel that do your own hair. If it looks like that, fair play. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you on the next video.